established contact. And when I say we established contact, I'm meaning the actual subscribers, the newbies, long-time listeners that tune in to Two Coup de Con. Um, I'm here to talk about contact because, think about it. We are put in the position of knowing certain things and not knowing certain things and knowing certain things that are relevant that they don't speak upon. But then once they hit I'll say certain hemispheres of, I never believed them. I second guessed them and things like that. But, it was something, I mean, it's been established already, but they said, oh, we made contact with uh, UFOs and things like that of that nature. But if you have ever, you know, took some time and you're away from the light pollution, and you just a nice summer day, spring day or whatever, you're sitting off somewhere, you see a lot of things transpiring within the heavens, and it can't be an airplane because airplanes don't usually fly that high in the sky, and it can't be a satellite. You don't know what it is, but it's nothing that can be possibly made by human hands. And with that being said, I would like on this particular live, usually I don't have a topic for people to know. It's been various occasions that I've been with various different people. I'm like, what is that? I can't even explain that. It's no man-made books down here on Earth that man wrote to manipulate, you know, the next man or woman that can get me to believe that that's whatever they say that is. It's unexplainable. You know. So hopefully, what's going on? Ready to shine, family. Lane Smith, you said long time listener, just saying hi. Hey, I appreciate that. I appreciate the thumbs up. But yeah, contact. I look at like this. 2020 vision has been, some real clarity. We're charting into some areas that have been unforeseen. At least to us that are presently walking this globe right now with this realm, I'll say, because I think it's like we deal in different spiritual planes, and this is just, I guess, a learning process, shall I say. You think about it like this: when little babies come here, they're born with the sight of seeing things that the previous realm that they came from. Sometimes they're giving gifts, and sometimes you hear little babies speak, and they start talking about things like, oh, how can they know this? Because they haven't been here, but we've been so removed and so what shall I say? We've been around this worldliness so much it kind of washed away what we once knew at younger ages, and some people still retain it and things like that. I done seen things that I wish I never seen, but the Most High gives it to you for a reason, to help you along this sojourn, shall I say. But yeah, it's just like I've been seeing. I don't know if you know, depending on what social media platform you are, people post personal videos of things that they see. I'm like, wait a minute, that's something similar to something I seen so many years ago. Matter of fact, I may have to post some actual pictures that I had took that were things that were unexplainable. I was able to catch it with, you know, a photographer style camera, and I have to post those. I'm like, can you explain this? What is this? I mean, I captured it, and I know you probably don't seen something similar. And if you have social media platforms, I would advise you to post, whatever pictures you may have, whatever videos you may have, whatever the clarity, To me, this year is about disclosure. Even though the powers that be may not be saying everything verbatim, is definitely something going on that, you know, at this moment is happening that they're not fully disclosing. But if you read between the lines, actually transpires. This thing, like I said, a lot of older folks, that when you were coming up, they say, yeah, you'll live to see this, and you listen to that when you're kind of younger and you're kind of getting away from, having your sight that the Most High gave you once you was a real youngster, but you start to forget that because you're starting to learn things of the world. But once you get older to that spot where you start seeing things like, wait a minute, this has always popped up in some kind of way. I just never, I was never able to put a finger on it. Well, now it's starting to, give you clues and things like that, and to tap back into your inner self to be like, you know what, this isn't strange to you. You know what it is. It's almost like, um, say you got your alarm on and it's kind of reminding you to wake up, but it's real faint. So you're still in, your dream realm. But then once it grows stronger and stronger, then it's like, you know what? I was supposed to get up to do whatever. That's my alarm. I left it in, two rooms over or something like that. But it's faintly calling me out of my, dream realm to, know that I had to do something. Well, that's the same thing with your inner self. It's something within you, trying to alert you. You know what? This, you've been seeing this for so often. People been giving hints. Certain people say certain things where you be like, man, I was just thinking that, and how could you know that when I never voiced it to anybody else? People just pass it off as coincidences. No, it's the spiritual realm within yourself trying to alert you to things that you need to be put up on. You said, Lane Smith, you said, I think you get older, you tend to forget your connection. This world makes you forget with certain things. I would agree with that, most definitely. They bombard us with so much propaganda. Propaganda that, will get us to buy into whatever they're trying to sell you to essentially, keep you from rising up and going within to, know what, I don't need that, you know, whatever they're trying to peddle to me. If it's not helping me on my sojourn, why should I, gravitate towards that? That's taking me off my course. You know, I think with all this time of shelter in place and lockdown and whatever they want to call it, it's a moment in time. If you have the time to go within and really realize what you really need to do, what you really need to, you know, um, start implementing within your world that will help. If you got little children, or you may got some elderly relatives that you probably wasn't too much thinking about because oh, I gotta get ready, get this fit to go do this. I gotta fly out over here and handle this over there. It's some you know some step back time. I mean, yeah, we all still gotta do the things we do in our everyday uh, um, life that we need to do to carry on. But that little time for self to take some moments to think about what you really need to do instead of going with the crowd. A lot of people go with the flow of the crowd, like, oh, he just got this, I'm gonna have to get up on that and get that one, versus what, I need to slow down, I need to pump the brakes on that. I really need to take into account what I really need to do. I need to stop faking it out here, pump faking. But who all is out there? I didn't send out any notifications. That shouldn't be my job to have to do that. It should be, you know, when you're actually subscribed to Tuku Khan, they should notify you. I'm quite sure everybody that's done caught any of my live streams, we all know you click the bell if you really, want to listen to whoever you want to listen to. And then you got to go through, what do you want, all the notifications, or do you want just some? You got to do that. And on top of that, if you have email and you're able to go into it, check your spam, because a lot of times, say you get a notification, you're like, Rick, I got a notification. But if they send it into the spam, that's automatically cutting you off from, you know, getting a updated notification. That's their ploy to discourage. You listen to melanated brothers and sisters say whatever they need to say. They don't. They want to cease contact. You know, it's so much information that is trying to reach our earway, or our brain waves, and being able to hear and things like that, and sight, and however the information is going to come to us. They want to put a cease on that. They don't want us networking and able to convey what we really think on certain topics that essentially, like, oh well, we put it out, so that's the official narrative. Especially thinking about it like this, a lot of videos, not just mine, but if they're talking about something that's within the space of media, and if someone looks like a regular person, a person that's not i.e. trained to talk about certain things, and basically a person that's not that hasn't took the oath to manipulate the public about something, they'll put, oh well, if you really want to get the information, go to this, and it'll refer you. Basically, it's saying, hey, no, stop listening to what they're saying. Continue listening to this brainwashing of what we want you to think about this particular issue. Don't mind you. You may have a brother, a sister, or uncle, a father, or something that's within any of these fields that they so call say these are professionals, or what's the other word that they use a lot, the people that's essentially helping the public. When you hear their accounts, your real accounts, you're like, man, there ain't none of this going on like that. But we're not going to tell the masses. I'll tell you, don't tell nobody else. So if you know that, then you know what they're feeding the public and the masses is a crock of it. I try not to use any curse words, because you know once you use certain curse words now on this platform, they're like, you know what, we can't even put this out to you know certain segments of the public because you use a curse word, when they have all kind of I'll say it like this, all types of record labels that are run by someone that's not melanated like you, but they're making sure that, okay, they're ghostwriters, they're writers, or whoever's writing, you can use every derogatory word, and we're still gonna fund these record labels. We're gonna actually fund, with the quotation marks, American journalists that are actually from Russia, that are actually probably operatives out of the alphabet agencies that reign within America, across the globe. But oh, I know this particular person, this particular. That don't mean anything. If you're a alphabet agent, that means you're not for the people. You're essentially trying to feed people propaganda. And once you're within your higher self, you're able to see through that. I see it kind of dropped off with the people in there. Maybe it's like, oh, Rika really ain't talking about that. I just figured, contact. That'd be a topic to lead off with. But, we don't have to continue with talking about this particular topic. It could be any topic. I just kind of figure, they're talking about disclosure. They don't say it's UFOs, even though, we done seen things that are unexplainable, because that's what essentially what it is. Unidentified flying objects, essentially, that's flying within the heavens. You can't identify it. It's not a plane. It's not a helicopter. It's not someone parachuting or something like that. It's not a drone or anything like that. It's something that man that walks on Earth can pinpoint. So what's going on with you, Shada? You still there? What's up with you, Miss Lane Smith? If you still there, what's up with you? And whoever is joining in now, hey, say what's up. I mean, that's why I have the chat open. You come in here, you can actually say something. I was thinking about one time. I guess they give you that option, like, you know what, you could do a live and you could have no comments going, where you're just basically just be able to listen. But I figure I like to have interaction. So when you come in here, hopefully say something. We can keep the conversation going. I think a lot of these conversations are good because I want to say Brother Tony Red and a few other time traveler. A lot of people, some people are over road truck drivers. They got long hauls. They trying to stay awake. They done made their time of how much time they don't put aside to sleep. So now it's like, what? I'm doing my job, but I like to tune into certain channels, not just mine. Tune into certain channels and see what they're talking about, and that's why I try to have certain topics going. But I'll say it like this: that's probably why a lot of the powers that be, because essentially, this whole platform is run by Alphabet Agency. So brothers that speaking in certain ways that will wake up the public. They don't want to hear. They don't want the public to be awake. They want them to continue to sleep. If you ever seen They Live, when he's putting on the glasses, is a constant voice on repeat. It keeps saying sleep, 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 and there's not so much saying sleep like go to bed, sleep, but put your mind to sleep. Where any new information that's coming in that can alert you to what manipulation they're trying to lay down on you, you're not gonna be able to receive it because you're sleeping. It's about being awake. It's 2020. Implement your spiritual vision. Yeah, we see things with our eyes and sometimes we second guess it, but you got to start looking with your spiritual sight. You got to stop second guessing that spiritual sight. And some may say the third eye and things, but I'm saying spiritual, your spiritual body. Just like, you can smell with your physical nose, you can hear with your physical ears, but you can also do that with your soul. You could you can see things from a spiritual side as well. You know, Cadillac J. Just, what's going on with you? You said you're on I-77, just checking into it. Oh, that's what's up. Hey, man, and let me say this. This doesn't have nothing to do with what I was just talking about, but I woke up and I got my day started. And I'm like, what? I'm about to move around and do something. I get to moving around, and I got my Camry. I ain't been driving it because it's turning nice now, so it's time to start driving other vehicles. And some goofy idiot sideswiped my joint, knocked my mirror off, and put a ugly scrape on the side of it. So I'm like, man, I mean, karma is a mother. You got away with it, but you know what? That same karma, not being the bigger person, it will come back to bite whoever did that. So I just had to voice out. I'm like, man, I mean, for real. I mean, but it's a lot of people during this time drinking, and they think they can operate a vehicle right, and they end up running into something. But a lot of cases, they do that with someone else, and end up having a failure of being able to maintain their breathing pattern from that type of stuff. So, like I said, karma is the best, seeks the best revenge. So I'll just look at it like that. So let me see. I'm trying to think what else. I ain't really watched too much news, but I know I heard it's like you hear so many things every day. I was hearing something about they're trying to, at least around here. I don't know anywhere else, but they said they're trying to keep the shelter in place thing going into August. I'm like, I hope that ain't true. I don't. It's like, okay, we done came out of the the winter into the spring. You might as well say we're creeping into the summer. I mean, if it's by August, and who knows if once we get reached to that point, will it actually really be, you know, able to do things by then? Hopefully this kind of turns around at some point. I can't even pinpoint it like, okay, everything is gonna open back up at this time. It's almost like curfew on everything. So, I want to run to Walmart or Target. Oh, wait a minute, it's 8 o'clock. I can't go there. They closed down now. Ain't no other places to go. I was too late for the liquor store or something. If you wanted to get some type of beverage like that or something. So I don't know. It's we just in some different times, never seen before, never seen any of these type of times before. You know, a lot of people like, Rick, have you seen anything like this? No, I ain't never seen nothing like this before, ever. You know, and it's so crazy because I seen someone put up a meme like, oh, you know what? People can't go to beaches and things like that, but you know, people be all up in the grocery stores and the WalMarts all day. So what's the difference of people enjoying themselves at the beaches or nice parks and things like that? Why is that so different when you're trying to relax? But when it comes to spending at these particular corporations, big corporations, when all the little people are shut down and closed. Oh, you can't be at the little companies, but all these people that are big and established and getting corporate welfare, that you can shop with them all day. Just almost like think about it like this. When it came to the NFL, I remember before all this, the scare tactics that they were implementing. Okay, you can only carry, almost like the airport. If you're going into a football game or something, you could only have a transparent bag of this and that. And it's like, okay, if they're going to spend their money on watching whatever they're watching, why are they scrutinized at the door? I never understood that. It's like if I'm getting scrutinized, I don't go there. Just like clubs that, oh, you gotta, be dressed like this a certain way. No, I don't go to clubs like that. That don't even make sense. But I guess it's people that will conform to do things like that. No, I choose to spend my money elsewhere. So if your business closed from me spreading the word about how your shisty business practice are, so be it. Now we're 22 minutes in. We really haven't had too many different different conversations pop up of what you want to talk about. And I know some people are maybe be cooking for their family, maybe are they're in a position where they're not able to type or anything like that. I usually say I will put up the hotline number, but you know, judging by the interaction right now, I think I might forego that unless someone says, "Hey, Reed, I'm ready to call in" or something like that. Other than that, I just felt I wanted to say this little bit. I said, you know what? I ain't been. Usually, I go live in the mornings. If it's Mondays and things like that, I ain't been doing that. I figured, hey, let me just go live and see who pops in without me notifying X amount of people saying I'm live. Just see if something else would come about. But with that being said, I think I'm about to cut out. I'm glad for everyone that done chimed in. Cadillac J Just, Lane Smith, Reddit Shot. I don't think it was nobody else that actually tuned in. I mean, I guess some people can tune in and listen and things like that. But with that being said, I'm up out of here. Have a good night.